Early life and rise to stardom. Diana Taurasi was born on June 11, 1982, in the small town of Chino, California. From the very beginning, she was different, not just in her love for basketball, but in the fire that burned within her. While other children played casually, Diana saw a court as her battlefield, a place where she could prove her worth. Her passion wasn't inherited from a famous athlete or nurtured in elite clubs. It was born from pure determination and an unshakable dream. Growing up, Diana faced the same ordinary challenges as many kids, but her mindset was extraordinary. She was fiercely competitive, not content with being good enough. With every bounce of the ball and every shot taken in the empty driveway of her home, she was silently building the foundation for something much greater. The neighborhood kids knew her not just as a girl who played basketball, but as someone who lived and breathed the game. High school was where Diana's talent first began to shine in the spotlight. At Don Antonio Lugo High School, her skills rapidly outpaced those of her peers. Coaches and teammates recognized not only her technical brilliance but her relentless work ethic. She practiced for hours beyond the team drills, constantly pushing boundaries and refusing to settle for mediocrity. But her journey was far from easy. Behind every swish of the net was a young woman confronting doubts, both from others and, at times, from herself. The central conflict in Diana's story during these formative years was a battle of belief. Could she truly rise above the expectations set for girls in sports? In a world where basketball was often dominated by men's stories, Diana's dream seemed like a steep mountain to climb. Yet, instead of yielding to skepticism, she chose to fight harder. The pressure to prove her worth, not just as a player but as a woman chasing greatness, fueled her every move. Her breakthrough came with a scholarship to the University of Connecticut, UConn, a powerhouse in women's college basketball. There, under the guidance of legendary coach Gino Arima, Diana's potential exploded. She was no longer just the gifted girl from Chino. She was becoming a national sensation. Every game showcased her soaring talent, whether through her sharp shooting, fearless drives to the basket, or leadership on the court. But even at UConn, the challenge persisted. Expectations were sky-high, and critics watched closely, ready to judge every mistake. What made Diana stand apart was not just skill, but character. She was humble in victory, resilient in defeat, and relentless in pursuit of excellence. This section of her story ends not with the finish line, but with a glimpse of the journey ahead. A journey filled with towering challenges and the promise of glory. Diana Taurasi's early life teaches us that greatness does not come overnight. It is forged in the fires of perseverance, self-belief, and the courage to chase a dream that others might doubt. And as her story continues, it invites us to witness how this young girl's fierce heart would reshape the world of women's basketball forever. Professional journey and legendary career. Stepping into the professional arena, Diana Taurasi faced a new battlefield, the WNBA. Drafted first overall in 2004 by the Phoenix Mercury, the expectations were colossal. Yet, Diana did not flinch. The world was watching to see if the young woman who had dominated college basketball could translate her brilliance onto the biggest stage. This was more than just a career move. It was a test of her resolve, skill, and spirit. From the very first season, Diana made it clear she was no ordinary player. Her style was a blend of raw power and refined finesse. Whether it was sinking clutch three-pointers or driving fiercely to the basket, she commanded attention. But more than her statistics, it was her leadership that defined her. She became the heartbeat of the Mercury, inspiring teammates through sheer will and unwavering confidence. Yet, beneath the glory, the conflict persisted. Professional sports are unforgiving, and Diana's journey was no exception. The physical toll was immense. Grueling travel schedules, injuries that threatened to bench her dreams, and the constant pressure to perform at peak levels. Critics scrutinized her every move, sometimes unfairly questioning her resilience. But with every setback, Diana responded with a fierceness that became her trademark. Her list of achievements quickly grew. Multiple WNBA championships, MVP awards, and scoring titles cemented her legacy as one of the greatest to ever play the game. On the international stage, She donned the USA jersey, leading her team to Olympic gold medals and world championships. Yet, what stood out most was her ability to elevate those around her. Diana was not just a scorer. She was a mentor, a strategist, and a competitor who thrived under pressure. The central conflict of her professional career was not simply winning trophies, but proving the value of women's basketball on a global scale. Diana became a symbol of excellence in a sport still fighting for recognition and respect. Every game she played challenged stereotypes and pushed boundaries. Her journey illuminated the harsh realities female athletes face, from pay disparities to limited media coverage. Yet she confronted these challenges with courage and grace. Off the court, Diana's reputation as a fierce competitor sometimes sparked misunderstandings. Her intensity, often mistaken for arrogance, masked a deep commitment to the game and her teammates. Those who truly knew her saw a leader who demanded excellence not just of herself but of everyone around her. This chapter of Diana Taurasi's story closes on a high note, a moment when she stood atop her sport, unyielding and celebrated. But the story was far from over. The battles she fought on hardwood floors mirrored larger struggles beyond the game, setting the stage for the next phase of her journey. As her legend grew, so did the expectations, and the challenges evolved. What would it take to maintain greatness? How would she navigate the pressures that come with being an icon? The next chapter promised to reveal the human side behind the superstar, the struggles, the sacrifices, and the spirit that kept her moving forward. Off the court, personality, influence, and struggles. Behind the spotlight and roaring crowds, Diana Taurasi's life was shaped by complexities that few truly saw. Beyond the basketball court, she was a person grappling with the demands of fame, personal expectations, and the silent battles that come with being an icon. This chapter of her story reveals the woman beneath the jersey, a fierce spirit navigating a world that often demanded perfection. Diana's intensity on the court mirrored a deep-rooted passion off it, but it was tempered by vulnerability. Known for her no-nonsense attitude and fierce competitiveness, she was also fiercely private, guarding her inner world with care. Her relationships with family, friends, and teammates revealed a woman who valued loyalty and trust above all else. To those closest, she was a source of strength and inspiration, always willing to lend support or advice. Yet, the pressures of professional sports did not pause when the final buzzer sounded. Injuries that tested her physical limits were matched by mental and emotional struggles that rarely made headlines. The constant travel, time away from loved ones, and the weight of expectations carved deep into her spirit. There were moments of doubt and frustration, times when the relentless pursuit of greatness felt isolating. Amid these challenges, Diana found solace in causes beyond basketball. She used her platform to advocate for equality and empower young women to chase their dreams relentlessly. Her voice carried the weight of experience, and her actions echoed a commitment to change. Through mentorship and charity work, she extended her influence far beyond the hardwood, shaping the next generation of athletes and leaders. But this balance was fragile. Navigating the role of an elite athlete, a mentor, a public figure, and a private individual was a constant juggling act. The conflict here was internal as much as external, a battle to maintain authenticity and resilience while facing relentless scrutiny. Media narratives sometimes painted her as cold or unapproachable, a misunderstanding born from the intensity she brought to everything she did. Despite these misconceptions, Diana's true character shone through in quiet moments. A heartfelt conversation with a teammate, a private gesture of support for a fan, or the determination that pushed her to return stronger after every setback. These glimpses revealed a woman whose spirit was as unyielding off the court as on it. This section ends on a note of complexity and humanity. Diana Taurasi is not just a legend defined by records and trophies. She is a multifaceted individual confronting the universal struggles of identity, purpose, and legacy. Her story invites us to look beyond the headlines and appreciate the courage it takes to live boldly under pressure. Legacy and lessons. What Diana Taurasi teaches us. Diana Taurasi's journey is more than a tale of athletic triumph. It is a powerful narrative about resilience, leadership, and breaking barriers. As her career progressed and her accolades accumulated, Her influence expanded far beyond the basketball court.